of it will translate according to how they believe. We have that happen right here in this room. I preached some pretty hard messages in the last couple of weeks. Not because I want to preach a hard message, not because I want to be judgmental. I want us to be righteous. We sing that song, and the righteous shall be there. And they'll shine like a star. I want to be there. I want you to be there. The righteous are those that do the right thing. And the right thing is real easy. It's not hard at all. It's simply Torah. Simply, you've got the whole book. The whole book's right there in front of it that tells you how to live, what to do, what not to do. It's all right there. It's a simple thing. I was reading this morning in St. John. Yeshua was talking to the people there. And he said to them, he said, I am not judging you. You've got one that judges you, Moses. Moses judges you. He gave you the law. He gave you the commandment. He gave you all of these things to do and not to do, and that judges you. And that's the way that I want to preach. I'm not judging anybody. The book will judge you. There's too many people got feel-good religion. I thought when Father Yahweh began to reveal things to me, I thought, I can go back to my friends, the Pentecostals, and I can tell them these things and show it to them. And it's right there in print, black and white. But they have a feel-good religion. But I feel it. I feel it in my soul. You're not going to be judged according to how you feel. The books are going to be opened, and we will all be judged out of the books. Is that what it says? Am I making that up? No. All I can do is this little group here that Father Yahweh brought together. All I can do is tell you and preach it to you and try to live it myself. I'm looking out here at Israel. We read this today in Ezekiel. First, what we read was great destruction. He said, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to bring a sword on you. I'm going to bring the nations on you. I'm going to bring curses on you. And Ezekiel fell on his face. Sometimes I feel like Ezekiel. Fell on his face and said, are you going to destroy everybody? No, I'm going to I'm going to save. I'm going to bring something. Like Brother Paul said a little earlier, and I believe it's true. I believe that's when he comes back. He comes back. That's when he's going to bring his people into Israel. But before that, there's going to be mass destruction. All of the sins are going to be paid for. I don't know if you know it or not, but we're living in a land that is absolutely eaten up with fornication. Nobody wants to do what they're supposed to do. Children in junior high school fornicate, and the world's laughing about it. On television, everywhere you look, fornication. My wife and I kind of like to watch the game shows, you know, I guess. Get your mind away from some of those other things. But there is wide open there. It hardly goes by a time that somebody, some woman or some man on there don't get up and say, yeah, I have been living with this partner for 20 years, 10 years. Got kids. Proud of it. Are you married? No. No, that's too much like living right. And even worse than that, they got the queers. Right on there bragging about it. Makes me sick to see one of these guys here say, yeah, I'm married. Yeah. I've got a husband. Well, at least they believe in marriage, huh? It's awful. And you can't see how the destruction is coming soon. My wife made a statement yesterday. I'm watching a commercial. And this is just a commercial. And I said, "Are you see what they're doing?" She said, "Yeah." I said, they're just trying to see how far they can go. Look, I was raised in the 40s and 50s. If a girl got pregnant in my class, she suddenly disappeared. She went to visit an aunt somewhere. It's the old story of the frog. They changed things, and it wasn't immediate. What was sin in the 40s and 50s? Still sin today. You know, what was sin when Yeshua walked? It's still sin today. What was sin when Moses gave the law? It's still sin today. There are a few people. You wouldn't be here yourself. You, who I'm talking to here, you wouldn't be here today if you were doing these things. I don't think. You wouldn't be here today if you approved of these things. I believe destruction is so near. So near. The only thing left to happen is for Jonah to come. And to cry out. I believe there will be a cry out. Maybe we'll never hear it. But I just feel like that nationwide, somewhere, somehow, there'll be a cry out. I'd be willing, Yahweh knows I'm perfectly willing to do anything he wants me to do. I'm kind of decrepit, as you can see. I don't get around very well. But he can take care of that.
That's right.
Somehow, I don't know how. I believe that someone has got to cry out. And I know they'll be laughed at. I know they're not going to do what Nineveh did. See, the king heard. He heard and he believed. And he said, everybody, get that nice clothes on. Get in some raggedy thing. Quit eating. Don't even allow the animals to eat. Just go before God. And they were saved. Jonah didn't like it. I went through all this. I had to go through the belly of the whale. I did all these things. I got up here and I preached my heart out to tell these people something. Now look. You all know the story of the gourd come up. Oh, it was so nice. He was really happy with that gourd. Come up, give him shade. And suddenly it was destroyed. Father Yah says, you don't like that either, do you? See, you don't understand my ways. What he just said. You want to be with the righteous, simply start being righteous. Speak up. Start telling people. If you believe what I'm saying, start telling people. If you believe what the book says, start telling people wherever you go. You have friends in this world,